Welcome back to ChannelTop Gaming. This is Aaron, coming back for some Dominaria. Glad we got one of these in before the next set releases, though that looks very, very spicy. The Beyond Death Theros set so far is just, of course, enchantment nuts, and really excited to get into that. Right here, right now, we're going to get into some Dominaria, so let's jump right in. So, nothing terribly exciting. Jaya Ballard is hard to make full effect of. Not only the triple red, but the fact that it needs a couple synergies, or at least an instant sorcery heavy deck, which for blue-red there isn't a great control or just really heavy late game deck that this just isn't as powerful as it could be in limited format. Time of Ice is nice. Yeah. Without, again, more emphasis on the synergies or being able to abuse it, it comes out, it does its thing, and possibly that can tempo you in a favorable direction towards winning the game, but often the opponent can play around it, and then you've spent a lot of effort just to get, say, like a turn and a half and bounce a creature, maybe two. Sissy's Legacy. White-green is definitely playable, sort of an aura-heavy deck. Go wide isn't as easy as in other sets, but it's definitely still strategy. Out of all of the commons, Cloud Reader Sphinx is phenomenal. It's going to scry you 2, which is essentially drawing 1, even 2, depending on when you're playing in the game, and if you absolutely don't need lands, you're getting those out of the way, as well as just flying as in any limited format is pretty important. This one, Blue-White Flyers, is one of my favorite archetypes. And Bailiff Forger is serviceable. Trapper goes in a nice blue-white historic deck, or even a black-white historic deck, and can do a lot of work tempo-wise. So that said, I'm not blown away by any of these. Our Mythic is fine, but not good enough that I'm trying to bend into a triple red deck of any sort. Time of Ice is fairly yawn-worthy in my opinion, which really leaves Sissy's Legacy or the Sphinx. I just can't, I don't want to pick a gold card off the bat, especially into a color pair that I'm just not certain is all of that strong, even though Sissy's Legacy would be fine if we were in that deck opening it pack 2, pack 3. So we're going to go Sphinx, see where it takes us. Well, it took us to a Multani, which is a great card. It's actually a pretty good pack. So Multani is just a big green beater, but it also has excellent recursion and reach, trap, a bunch of keywords that make it a phenomenal green beater, not just your normal everyday big green creature. Knight of Malice is good, not worth taking too highly. Protection from white. The protection, or hexproof rather, not protection, from white and then from black on this card's other counterpart. It works, but it's not overly amazing. There is some night synergies in a black-white deck. If you have both out, definitely look really cool. But don't get too carried away. It is still just 2/2 for 2. Fungal Plots goes into a Saprolan deck that's already heavily there. Black-green, Slimefoot, things of that nature. But it's not something to build around. It's not something you want more than 1. You could justify 2 if you have the right setup, but often you're not wanting to use the Sacrifice Saprolan's effect too much, and if you eat all of your cards, all of your creature cards out of the graveyard, that is less for recursion as far as like Soul Salvage, and you will run out of ammo at some point. Coldwater Sniper's fine, has its own little Arcane Flight combo, which is fun. A 5/6 flying hexproof is pretty much unbeatable in this format. There's a few ways to get them, but literally just a few. Syncopate is desirable. G2 Chroniclers, probably a little Looks underwhelming when you look at it, but it's actually a very strong card. 1/3 blocks early. Wizards are probably one of, if not the strongest archetype, just as far as tribal synergies go. And getting back your best instant sorcery late in the game is sometimes backbreaking in its own right, especially if it's something like a Fight with Fire. And Grow from Ashes is just a very powerful ramp spell, something to be aware of. So all around, just a really strong pack. But we'll take our big green beater, see where it takes us. Alright, Garna, it's okay, it's playable, but really the effect never seems to be worth it. At that point, it's a 3/3 flash for 5 mana. So it's kind of meh. Memorial to Folly. In fact, I like almost all the land cards, though some are better than others. Folly and Genius, probably my favorites. Anytime you can make one of your lands turn into an effect, it's totally worth it. Land cards can always be upgraded, and if they're even halfway good, then it's always worth it. And if they're really good like this, it's a spell effect in its own right, then absolutely grab them whenever you can. The just standalone most powerful cards, probably Vicious Offering, just good removal. It can go with black or green, and wouldn't be bad to ramp into, except for there is a Grow from the Ashes here, and Multani likes lands, they like them out, and it likes that to get us going quicker and faster. Blue-green is a color pair, it's just not the most amazing color pair. But I think I want to support our Multani versus just branching off into a potential second color, or possibly a third, by just go ahead and get our ramp and our fix on right now. Alright. Merfolk Trickster is good, better in a wizard stack, though it's still playable just in a blue deck. We have no other green. And if we're just looking at what the best card is, it's between Aven Sentry and Trickster. Dub is a fine card, but you want extra payoffs versus just having an aura. Just classic aura problems. You go to put it on and you can get blown out for a 2-for-1, and that could very well cost you the game, just as far as tempo goes. Loss of resources. Alright, we'll grab the Trickster. And nothing too crazy going on here. Yavimaya Shepherd is fine. 3 power, 3 toughness across 2 bodies for 3 is a perfectly fine rate. It's possible we end up with sapling synergies. Pretty much its cousin, same difference, only we don't have any black cards. If we had taken the sacrifice, then maybe we'd be more tempted to move into this. Sweet picture, though. And that's about it out of here. If we had taken that Aven, then maybe we'd be looking at a Sarah Disciple. It's one of the better, possibly even the best 2-drop, specifically in white. Specifically in white as a 2-drop. Because you're usually getting some amount of synergies out of it, and even if not, then a 1/1 flyer in the area is going to do some work, and it can block on defense with tricks to make the first strike work in your favor. Short of nothing else, we'll go ahead and just take the Sapper. Well, we keep seeing some good black cards, which makes me want to poke over into it. Soul Salvage being one of those. You don't want too many, probably 2, sometimes maybe just even 1, depending on how many synergies you have with it. But it is excellent card advantage in the mid to late game. You're not even just drawing the cards, you're drawing the 2 specific creature cards that you know, quote unquote, out of your graveyard. Confessor can be fine filler. I've played Sentinel of the Pearl Trident before, but I've never been impressed. It's just so expensive. Sometimes you're able to, save a legendary permanent on your side, or do some sort of, blink, enter the battlefield advantage, but it's more likely than not, it's just a really expensive 3/3. If we're not that interested in that, nothing else is pulling us in any other direction, I'm just going to pick up this Soul Salvage in case we move over to black. Green is looking strong, though. So this would be another big beater to pull late, we wouldn't need much else, but that would shore us up into green. Thorn Elemental, the pseudo trample is very effective. Essentially, you can threaten large damage. And, if you have some way to battle trick it, or the fact that it's getting chomped doesn't matter to you, then you can just literally have it, well, I guess as the picture indicates, throw its shards of its body over the blocker so that the damage gets through nonetheless. The only other thing that would be interesting would be this divination. Would really kind of solidify us into green, or blue a little more, but Simic as an overall color pair. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's fine that we do have what seems to be our main color and a perfectly fine choice in it. Okay, well, Caligo Skin Witch is the best standalone card. Similar to the Wizard, that's 1/3 that can be kicked later for 6 mana. It's good early if you need it. It blocks a lot, can buy you some time, and then especially in black now, which probably gives it a little edge over the whichever wizard that is, you can essentially buy this back with Soul Salvage or something of that nature and replay it late if you've used it too early to block, or even if you've already played it again and I've done it before, back to back, make your opponent discard a total of 4 cards, which can be huge late in the game. Now, having said that, Urza's Tome is interesting. It's not bad. Essentially, it's a loot, unless you have something to exile out of your graveyard. Usually things like, if you're playing like Blood Tallow Candles, or the 1/1 little construct artifact creature, little things like that, possibly a saga that's been expended, and then it's just straight up card draw. But even the looting aspect, you can actually get a lot done. And it goes in any color. So even though Caligo Skin Witch is good, and we have one good black card, we're kind of like on the fence, I think Urza's Tome is probably just going to make the deck, no matter what our colors end up as. Alright, nothing too exciting here. Broken Bond is fine. There's a white card that's better. It's 3 mana instant speed and gain 4 life. As far as dealing with artifacts and enchantments, we're not going to be white, most likely. So we may want a Broken Bond, but more than not, it's going to be a sideboard card, and we're not in best of 3. It's just a little too slow. It is what it is. It's this set's version of green artifact hate. But at sorcery speed, it really doesn't make up for it by just being able to maybe offhandedly put another lane into play, if you have it. I don't see us going the Hominid Explorer mill route, so I'll take a Sentinel just in case we end up over there in black. Okay, Snapper's fine, especially over Paladin. Paladin, really the stat line is pretty awkward, especially for 4 mana. It needs to be abused as far as its enter the battlefield effect, or rather its trigger. And if you can get a lot, like a critical mass of historic spells, this can do a lot of damage, even if you get just 4 out through a loop. That's 8 damage, but it does take a little bit more setup. So we'll take our Snapper. Doubt we end up playing any of these, even the Shield of the Realm. So I guess just for rarity's sake, we can take the uncommon. Not much here. Not much here. Look, another uncommon. And okay. Teshar is part of the loop in that mill style deck, just getting historic spells back and casting them again. With a couple other triggers from some blue cards, end up just milling quite quickly. Chainer's Torment, I see played less than I guess when the set was in full effect, but more than it should be. Usually this is going to come back and bite you in the ass. Even if you're able to say stay at 20, or even let's give the full benefit 24, you lose 12 life. So now you're at 12 life and you have a 12, but it's a token, There's a lot of stuff that can bounce in this set, and there's a lot of just straight up kill, even if it's not an extra bounce effect, that can take care of just a vanilla 12-12. And that's in the absolute best case scenario. Generally, it's going to hurt you more than it helps you. Untamed Kavu, excellent kicker card. Definitely in the running here. Divination would also be there, except for we still haven't really committed. We're still in a place where we can go either way or even an entire other different color if we see a bomb in the next few picks. So I don't mind staying in green, especially when it's just a good card. Alright, nothing special in white. Tetsuko. I don't think we have anything else that drives. Well, it wouldn't be in there. It's Tetsuko. Not really anything at all that works with Tetsuko at the moment. It doesn't mean much. Except for here at the bottom, I do see 2 excellent green cards. So we get another Grow from the Ashes. Wouldn't be a bad play. Like I said, Multani loves extra lands. It's going to help just keep it regenerating itself essentially in its slow loop, as long as it doesn't get exiled or anything silly. But Lana World is going to get us there even quicker, as well as just with other kicker cards up the line. Just all around good card. Not much else in here. Deep Freeze is playable. Would it even have been in contention if we didn't see these other things? Okay. We still just don't have a lockdown second color. Right now it would probably be blue since we're set up to ramp well. Not a whole lot else going on for black. No reason to take black here. I mean, Soul Salvage is, like I said, a good card, but we're not even set up anywhere near that at the moment. Spore Swarm's good. We don't have anything to play on 4 right now anyway. We don't have any other Saproling synergies though. Scout, actually, as clunky as it is, if you get it down early and get the right setup, can be pretty good ramp to get up to 5-6 mana a lot faster than you normally would, so these big creatures can start taking over the board. And then Mammoth Spider is good. It's probably the counterpart to the Collaborator Sphinx in green. A little bit bigger body, not flying, but has reach, doesn't have scry, but can take care of a lot of stuff. I don't see any reason for Relic Runner to even be a consideration. So yeah, between Spore Swarm and another Soul Salvage and Mammoth Spider, we'll go for a Spore Swarm. We still don't really have any removal, which is a problem. Halfway through or third of the way through pack 2, and we don't have any removal at all. Got a lot of creatures. Animus is sort of control, since we will have some larger creatures, especially ones with offset power and toughness like these, that it could be good enough. That's what we're supposed to take. Envoy is just a bad body and a bad ability. We got better things than Worms at that cost. Only thing that's given it a run for its money is Memorial of Genius. Built-in card draw, I already talked about the lands. It's pretty phenomenal. I think it's better enough than an Ancient Animus, even with our dearth of removal, that we take it here and end up that we probably see another Ancient Animus later that we don't even want. Bingo, bango, bongo. Tatyova is phenomenal. This thing can win the game for us on its own, practically, and we're already happen to be in the colors. This is, I was going to say one of the, but it's maybe the only and the best payoff for a Simic color pairing. So that finally does settle that question, but now we definitely want any removal that comes across us. Anything else in this pack worth talking about? No. Oh, don't play Memorial to War. That's the only one in the cycle that's just booty. Okay, I'll take another Trickster. We can do tricky things, make things not fly or lose indestructibility, etc. Or if we need to, just tap down that one attacker, or blocker rather. Gorger's fine. Okay, Arcane Flight will be good in this deck for us. Not only Snapper, but just really any of this stuff. Anything huge that isn't already fly can start flying, and that's pretty good. We're really interested in another Grow from the Ashes. This triggers every time a land enters the battlefield, so 2 lands off a kicked Grow from the Ashes makes us very happy. On top of, whatever lane we're already playing. Arcane Flight, though, too good. Too good. Okay. Journey Mage is good, and we are a rampy style deck, but without, well, shoot. Forgot, Tricksters are wizards. Maybe that is enough to make that worth it. A couple wizards that might drive down the cost. I mean, we might even end up with... Oh, I cannot remember card names today. The 1/3 blue wizard that can tap for colorless mana for instants and sorceries. I forget the name. Which would be another wizard and playable in our deck. What would we be passing up? I don't mind passing up a Befuddle. We used it to decent effect in a wizard's deck the other day, and it's all right there. But usually it's not going to be enough. Something that doesn't boost the power of your own creature means usually at best you're just avoiding a trade, or maybe saving out a gang block. And it does replace itself, but at 3 cost they put it just right for a common, put it that way. Adventurous Impulse, though, actually is good. It fixes us at the beginning of a game, or it finds us the creature like a Multani later in the game. And I think that utility might be enough. It's like pseudo ramp, but also, you want to find creatures, and we do. We want to find our Tatyovas, our Multanis, even Thorn Elemental Snappers, things like that. And I think it edges out the utility of Journey Mage just enough. Journey Mage is very good, though. Zippity-doo-dah for us here. We'll put a Navigator's Campus in the sideboard. Pretty much zip for us here as well. I think, we take the Unwind. Though we hope not to play it. Alright, perfectly acceptable Scout. Don't really care about this Worm. I mean, sure, it's fine, but literally we just have all of our big slots are fine. So we'll take the Scholar just in case. Just in case we want to play it. Yeah, whatever. I'll put the beef in the sideboard. Okay, couple things. It's a nice Eviscerate. Skittering Surveyor is pick oneable. We already have all of our big stuff. Saproling Migration would be the only other thing that's interesting since we are rampy, but we don't have enough Saproling synergies that this isn't anything more than, either 2 or 4 power over those many bodies, which is fine. We'd play it. Juggernaut's interesting. It's a little more aggressive than we actually need to back up. I mean, that's just annoying, period. If somebody plays that on the other side of the board, you gotta deal with it somehow. And hopefully you just don't have a bunch of walls for no reason. But really we have enough when we bring our muscle to bear with our hopefully card advantage working out for us too, that we're not going to need that extra muscle right there and then. So between Migration, another Thorn Elemental, which I don't even know if we want, another Arcane Flight we probably will take if we see there's no removal. I think the Surveyor just helps us. It's ramp, it's fixing, it allows us to splash now if we really want to, like this Cast Down, which we might. Is it Eviscerate? What is going on? Sure, so now we've picked up 1 Surveyor. What's that mean? We also do, remind us that we do have Grow from the Ashes, which can pick any land color. It means that we can do things like splash this Cast Down, since we just need 1 black mana at some time, one point or another. Even if this Cast Down wasn't here, I maybe would think about this Eviscerate. I don't know. If we see another late black removal card, then That would really lock us in. 2 good black removal cards with just a little tiny splash that we already have covered. Absolutely would work for us. To bolster that, what we're giving up, a Gorger, a 4/4 Baloth Gorger that can be kicked to be even bigger. It's fine, that actually works well in our deck. We would play it. We need something at 4 just to play for a 4-drop, but also could be converted higher if we've already ramped up. Giving up the Journey Mage that we've already talked about, and end of list. So if we look at our deck one more time, we're happy with our creatures. We're happy enough with our ramp for the moment. We have some augmentation, we have a little bit of trickiness, we have some card advantage. What we're missing is removal. And I think it's worth splashing over into black for it. So I'm going to take this cast down. And we're going to be mindful of black splash. See, that doesn't mean that now we should take any of these black cards. We don't need any creatures, even though some of these are good, perfectly good, Skin Witch, etc. It's complications that would actually start to throw off the whole point of just a light splash. Now that I've said that, and I look at everything else, there is practically nothing for blue-green here. So I already have an Unwind that I hope I don't have to play. We talked about Befuddle. There's better space in our deck for other things. Pierce the Sky is great out of the sideboard, but I don't know how you do it in main deck. It's dead just way too much of the time. So between these 2 good black cards that in no way should be put on our deck, but if somehow we end up there, which one would we want? Even a 2-drop. Nah, all that's fine. All we may actually want be an Omnivore, I guess. So let's put an Omnivore on the sideboard. It's a weird pick. Tricky, weird pick. Alright, perfectly fine Migration. Curity's Ward falls the same prey to the same problem wards do. If you get blown out 2 for 1, it really hurts, sucks really bad. This one, even though hexproof is interesting, still not worth it, guys. Don't do it. Yeah, that's about it. I'm perfectly happy with a separate Migration. Probably leaning towards this Opt. I don't think we want another Scout. We have 2, 3, 4 2-drops with 1-drop. It's pretty good, especially if we're splashing this Cast Down, Migration, Tome. I don't even know if we play this Opt, honestly. I guess we could be cheeky and put a Wand in there. Are you a wizard? Nope, you're a druid. You're something crazy. Avatar. If this wizard makes it, that's 3 wizards. Sorcerer's Wand. What are we giving up? Giving up an Opt? I don't know. I got a Tome. And an Impulse. And a Tattoo of and a Memorial. I don't think I want Opt anyway. Alright. Speculative pick. We'll take a Sorcerer's Wand. Be surprised if it makes the final cut. Nothing special here, but I think this Gorger fits nicely in our 4 slot. Perfectly fine Spider. We ended up with just practically no removal is the problem. Is this where we start grabbing Befuddles? Which leads us back to, I think we're probably going to end up with a Befuddle anyway. Definitely don't want to play more than 1. Spider is good. We like Spider. Not limited. I guess, we can rare draft it. Really don't want another Gorger, I don't think. Do we? Are we just like creature.deck? We really are. Just ramp creature, ramp creature. Yep, sorry Marlon. Alright, we'll take a flight over another Thorn Elemental. We have all the creatures. Don't you worry. Now we have a couple soul salvages. Yeah, Yep, none of the rest of that's worth anything. I'm going to take this befuddle and be pretty befuddled about it. I'm resisting the temptation to splash more into black. Not worth it, so give me this befuddle. Ugh, give me this befuddle. I never want to say that. Don't need the 2-drop. We'll take the higher rarity card. And that is all she wrote. Little bit torn. A little bit torn. We picked up so little to pretty much 0 removal that this is going to be a little bit tricky. Alright. We go 2 swamps, 8 forests, 7 islands. Forests and just green in general is how we get to our other colors anyway. Impulse, grow from the ashes. So what are we cutting? Likely a creature and something useless. I hate that we have to play this unwind, but I think it's going to be important as far as being able to match cards just for protecting these larger creatures, especially if we're going to have Arcane Flight on them and their name isn't Coldwater Snapper. Do we care more about a Spore Swarm than we do a Gorger? Would be helpful when we're doing things like holding up befuddles and unwinds. We're going to cast down possibly, and activation mana on Urza's Tome. Is that better than just a 4/4 for 4 versus 3 1/1s for 4 with potential upside? I don't think so. I think we just keep throwing huge freaking creatures at the opponent until they're dead. Because if we miss our ramp, if we miss a land drop, if we get tempoed out even a little bit, then that's kind of it. We have no way to interact to get back in, except for just a few handful of cards here. I think... Let's take out the migration, see where we go from there. With no other synergies, it's a little more than a 2/2 that can become a 4/4 later. I think we have enough of the creatures along the curve that can then also, of course, get powered up. With 1 cast down. Yeehaw! If you're just new to Magic, just started playing, I hope you get in and get some of this Dominaria action before it goes away. Likely they'll bring it back again, maybe even this year. But get while the getting's good. Speaking of which, this isn't great, but we will keep 3 mana towards our grow, getting us up to critical 5 sounds alright. And it will fix our blue, which clearly we have a great need of. Alright, put this creature down. Alright, nothing too crazy. Alright, that's fine. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate, but it looks like we're going to befuddle. Really more to draw the card than anything, but it'll keep some of this damage off our back. Okay. Guess the first thing we'll play is the Snapper. And then put Arcane Flight on it. mean, there's plenty of ways to pump a creature, so it doesn't feel great. That seems like a trick. What could they have? They have enough mana for the one pump spell. I forget what its name is. Which still saves our cold water sniper here. And now we can start relaxing a bit. So that takes 8 to kick in full. So it looks like we'll Gorger and then flash in the Trickster. Could also just put the Scout down and leave it up to offer up for the Knight of New Benalia. Trickster or Scout? Trickster or Scout? Let's put down all the fodder. If we pull mana next turn, then Thorn Elemental is going to start doing some work. If not, we'll still tag up the Snapper with the Flight. Sure thing. This makes it so he still can't kill us with whatever pump spell. There it is. Ah, it wasn't a pump spell. Okay. Can deal with that. Okay. I think it doesn't matter. If they have the pump spell, then I'm dead. So we'll go that way. Charge, not good enough. 2 charges, good enough. Okay. Not terribly happy. We had him. That was it, if we turned that corner correctly. Can't anticipate the 2 charges. So... oops. This looks perfectly fine. Use a little ramp in our lives. Get out of here. 1 drop. Divest. Get out of here. Frickin' divests. Well, there goes Tatiova. Okay. Well then. Looks like our friend has no fear of Tatiovas and Thorn Elementals. Okay. So we'll hold up the Unwind, but we might have to cast down one of these Evangels, which seems silly. Not great. Alright, they didn't have anything else going on anyway. Let's go ahead and fix our next 2 draws, even if they blow this thing's head off. It's one less thing they can use to blow off Tatyova's head. What a trickster. Probably? Interesting. So let's get some immediate value off Tatyova. Nice. Sure. Okay. Should we just put down the elemental? Yeah, let's just do it. Should have thought about that. Could have kept up the unwind too. Six. Okay, go ahead. This protects our creatures with the unwind. It's its only purpose in the deck. And if nothing happens, then we'll trickster down at the end of turn just to do it. It's a really weird game. Sure. Whoops. Good times. Good times. Alright, not sure what that was all about. Bit of a punt on my side. Bit of a opponent was giving up anyway on their side. Let's keep it rolling. Really still felt like the deck is running the way we're going to expect it to run. Not a lot of ways to interact. We really have to get ahead. So I thought we were in trouble for a moment in that last game, but then they never did anything else besides play some Cabal, Evangels. Well, it's It's arguable that it's a little bit too much as far as land, but we'll take it. All 3 colors, well, all 5 mana towards both swamps too. Towards our Tatiova. Makes me perfectly happy. Vizards. It's Impulse. Got a Kavu. Put down Swamp. Really want to kick this. Let's see. I really want to save that too. We're going to have too much stuff to do, so get out there, Kavu. Make something of yourself. So next turn we can either Befuddle or Cast Down, and then we'll be able to Tatiova, and then we'll be able to do a full Grow from Ashes. Nah, dog, I'm good. Sure. There you go. A little nervous dropping Tatiova right on 5 next turn, but it's kind of the way we're going to need to play it if we're going to maximize. It's the risk we're going to have to take if we want the reward of kicking Grow from Ashes the next turn and just blasting it wide open. Sure. I'm going to do this now, see if they have an answer for it. Okay. Right, and looks like we have Run Amok, so that would have gone either way. Either way we'd done it, unfortunately. But card out of hand, and here's hoping that our Tatiova makes it. We get to untap and Grow from the Ashes, drop a land, etc. Fudge. 1 point, syncopate, exile completely. That is exactly what we didn't want to see. I guess it could have been worse. Don't want that to happen to anything. Actually, couldn't have been worse. Tatiova's our best card and just got destroyed. And then we swung that full, just missed the entire turn, into a Wizard Onslaught. So, looking pretty bad. Let's see if we can't stabilize. Alright, looks like no more shenanigans. We're just trying to force the rest of that aggro through. Maybe there's a follow-up? Alright. So we can... Tap down the abomination. So we get double blue. Yep. So we can double block the abomination. The trickster will remove the death touch ability. That leaves too much damage going through. So yeah, we have to do this now. Let's see what he wants to do. Couldn't take the hit. That's not what we wanted. So we're not just dead, but we're pretty much just dead. That 1 point syncopate, brutal. It's an entire linchpin right there. It felt safe. Yeah, yippity skippity. Right, because why not? So it looks like that. Okay, we get another reprieve. So I think we're just done, because we just don't have anything else to kill that abomination with, especially now that it has a arcane flight on it. And that is the ball game. Yeah, I don't know. Could have played around the syncopate better, possibly, or I don't know. I just didn't line up great. We could have more interaction, ways to deal with, you know, crazy creatures that are killing us. Probably be the best. Alright, hopefully we can do one of those where, you know, we just skim along with 2 losses for at least 4 wins, but see what happens. That's why removal is so important. We have a lot of big beaters, and if we can overwhelm, then our creatures will get the job done. But if we get a little low, we get in a tough spot, like you saw in that last game, then removal is key. Okay. Opponent goes first. Oh man. I think we need to mulligan this one. Our hand is just non-functional. Not too much better. Do we put our only removal on the bottom of our deck? Probably not. Let's go ahead. Let's say stick the forest under. Gives us plenty of mana in our utility cards. Looks like maybe black, white, historic. Imagine there's probably some dubs that are wanting to go on that Macy unicorn. Not too bad. Okay, I'll take that. Could swing with the sap herd, but I want to be able to trade it for whichever creature might need it. If we want, we can Arcane Flight this Gorger next turn, keep up on line. Sure. Oh, Miltani came back around. So we have excellent 5 and 6, if we can get there. Now if we flight the Gorger, then we're taking some damage on the backswing. But if we Arcane Flight the Sap Herd, then we're just going to start getting in for 3. And they'll have to deal with the Gorger. I'm going to go the safe route. We'll have Unwind to protect the Gorger. If you want to start swinging the Paladin, then that's fine. Okay. Could counter that. What's it take? 6? He's already got the trigger, though. Actually, there's not too many things to unwind. If that's his best removal, then we're going to go for that. Oh, sure. That leads me to believe that Tatyova is going to be safe, though, which is nice. Trapper. Have another historic spell? Nope. Okay. We can trade this little guy for 4 life, that's fine. Just what we wanted. It's a pretty good setup. We can draw, if nothing else, next turn. See if we hit another land. Make sure we get some more Tatyova triggers. Or we can just pull one. And this should screw up a lot of plans for our opponent. Seal away, you say? That's one of the few ways to get rid of Miltani completely. Alright, hopefully we can still 2 for 1 when they go to double block the Scourger. There we go, perfect. Even throws it up there. Alright, so we... pretty good for... pretty good trade, honestly. We're just going to go this way. Put down our elemental. Have a nice day. Another big creature, another big creature. Excellent. Sure thing. Okay. Same thing this time, only they shouldn't have any tricks, so throwing elementals just gonna smash him in the face. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Well, when it works, huh? Big creature smash face. Keep it rolling. This... I'm gonna keep it, because we love land so much. We have all 3 colors, and our cast down. We're racing for the late game. Okay, looks like look, some form of historic. Okay. Alright, we're getting some effective miniature meat down. Okay. Yeah, let's go one more. Alright, that's better. So now we can Trickster, kill the Disciple, hold up, cast down. And then we get to go Sphinx into Tat Yoga into Snapper. Eat that. Anything cool you want to throw down there, get its head blown off? It's not that cool. Well, cool enough that we want to make use of our tempo. So we need 1 mana. Spider actually seems good. So 1 mana and we're just going to start, yeah, slamming down big creatures. Okay, looks good to me. Ooh, voice of plenty, you say. Scry, you say. Alright, big boy. And the explorers, right? That is okay up until the growth. Wouldn't mind the growth. That's okay. 7. It's 8 for you. 5 and 6. Start with a spider. Since there's so many flyers over there. Then I guess we'll kick the Gorger next turn and just try to go over the top. Yeah, maybe we could have saved our 1 removal for something a little better. Draw. Go. Guess we can also just assemble Snappertron. It's not as good in this matchup, but it wouldn't mean it can't get Blessed Lighted. Even though I guess our king could. Alternatively, we throw down Gorger, make it into an 8/8 flyer next turn. Just doesn't matter quite as much. Seems to be the safest play. And yeah, this is going to be a little tricky. We're adding to the board every turn, we're adding creatures larger. Oh my goodness, than our opponent for the most part. But now, things are going to get real sticky. So 3, 6, 9. Okay. I mean, I guess it's possible we deck before we can get Overwhelming Force. More scries for this guy. Another Arcane Flight. So with Cavu Fly, it's 6. He's going to have to start doing things he doesn't want to. Alright, we gotta start swinging in while we still have advantage. What? Why did you do it that way? Oh man, I don't know if that's what they meant to do. Seems like a real bad move. Oh god, yeah, shame scoop. Okay, not sure why they did bad math there. Okay, well, it's one way to do it. I mean, you should have, if he's gonna go that way, do Sarah Angel and the Drake, which means I'd have to take the Angel. So we trade Angel for Flying Turtle, and then see that's why we did it the way we did it though, because really he'd want to do that and just trade the Drake and the Angel for the Trampling Cavu, Trampling Vigilant Cavu. But then we start to be able to hammer away. I mean, that was the turning point. I don't know. Wow, this seems good. I would prefer that Snapper to be a land, but Elves, turn 3, Grow from Ashes. Okay. Let's grab, I guess, a blue. Now we can kick the Cavu. We gotta deal with the big ass Cavu. So it begins. Enjoy. Ramp up, stomp down. Would you like to take 5? Okay. I see what you're saying. Do we just run yeah, we don't have any lands. If we draw one, we're gonna wish we had. Let's push big boy advantage. Because if we do draw land, then we get immediate value. In the meantime, sure. Now deal with both of these guys. Sure, cool. Ooh, you're gonna hate this. This is not gonna like this at all. Whee! And this is why Unwind actually can be played. It's just no one wants to. Sure. Spar away, my good man. You got a follow-up, or no? A follow-up? Oof. This sucks because the sacrifice is actually part of the payment. I mean, I guess he still got a counter off of it. Not the worst. Sure. Okay. Yeah, let's just show them what we're really doing here. And should be game. Oh, okay, not game. Finds the Blessed Light, I'm assuming at the top, of course. Two, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, we can afford to impulse. Yes. And we'll just do that. Spider. I mean, it's actually a good attacker. Scout. Meh. It's not going to matter much if they don't have anything else going on. Yeah, no attacks, that's fine. Alright, so they need another Blessed Light, or some reasonable facsimile thereof. Take care of El Sphinxo. That's not it. Can't think of anything short of just removal on Sphinx, which there's a couple cards it could be, but well, Vicious Offering is one of them. There we go. Alright, back where we started. All right. Another form of evasion. Though we can Trickster next turn and force him to trade unfavorably. So let's go ahead and do that. So we could be even more aggressive, but we're going to get the spider down again as well. Alright. Huh. It's fine. It's another lethal attacker. This turn we should be able to overwhelm them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 lethal sources. And actually 5 between these. Plus whatever we draw. Good game. Sure. Sure. Big creature beat. Now, it's not very eloquent, to be honest. Just getting enough creatures down to make one large lethal swing. But when drafts give you lemons, you turn that sour ass shit into some lemonade. And you do that by punching the lemons repeatedly with your large fists of your creatures. That's science. Alright, so we can ramp up, beat down. Just a little ramp. So we gotta get to 3 and 4, huh? Go first. Fair enough. Stevie Wonder. Hello. So looks like we're growing for a swamp. Or putting down Scepter. Or we can grow for an island. So we're going to go 3, 4. Now we have everything, actually. Okay. We will save that and double ramp. Lord knows we could use the mana. Black blue control. Depending on how this plays out, could be ugly. Alright, let's see if he wants to trade. Imagine he does. Why not? Generally feel like they being like black decks with more recursion, things like Soul Salvage, I'd be a little more willing to trade it out. So we could have not Lash, but whatever the black pump spell is. 4 mana. Awkward. What do we got? Oh. Okay. Probably doesn't have another one, does he? Yeah, this helps us ensure that we get to do what we want to do next turn. We're going to keep applying the beatdown. If he's got a trick, take care of the Gorger, great. Our only job right now is to throw creatures at that face. Get down the Sphinx next turn. Okay, yeah, get down the Sphinx next turn. Gonna have to see what our cards are. So now we can't use the mana. Okay. No, I'm kind of leaning towards the spider. So I don't really want to give up the Sphinx. I want that flying ability. Won't be able to kill both. Anyway. Alright. Offer up Spider's Tribute. I offer up Spider's Tribute. If he attacks, I would suspect a trick. Alright, we don't mind doing that. We're just... yeah, we gotta keep the card we can play. I don't hate that, though. I do not hate that. So let's see what's in store for us. No, thank you. And do we even want to keep that one? Multani and the Snapper need 6. But I don't know. I feel confident we're going to find more lands when we need them. Alright. There's Torment. See, this is where... This is not going to get you where you want to go, man. This is going to kill you. This is going to help me kill you. Perfect. Actually, I should have just blown Fan and whatever Torgar's head off and swung with everything. That was sloppy. It's fine though. Oh, now I'm really glad I didn't. What'd you get back? Some ridiculous nonsense? Okay. I think so. It's gonna look rounded up, so it'll be 8. Okay, I like this. So this could possibly just be game for them. Because he's about to go have a 6/6. He's at 6. Perfect. Okay. I think we just attack. Alright. That's fine. Play this kicked. We're about to have Overwhelm first. Good game. Yep. Blockers. You can have some of this, some of that, some of these. Just gonna chump that guy. Go. Alright, actually climbed all the way up to gold, just kind of a little chin up into the rank 4 gold there. And we're at 5 wins, which I'd say is fair for this deck, though, again, you saw, I mean, we started out 1 and 2. Really depends on if we can get the creatures to go over the top just right. And then often we'll have to have that landlocked battle like you've seen about 2 or 3 times now. That time, though, we had a pretty solid, strong fist on it. We could have fired off that cast on a little earlier, like if we'd wanted to get through for sure damage, like through the bird. But it felt better that, oh, perfect. Jump straight up to a platinum player. Let's do it! Felt a little better not to, though. Alright, I don't love this, but we do have 1 mana away from Skinning Surveyor, making it all better. Okay. Wizards, you say? Wizards, perfect. Never didn't have it. Now, there are speedy wizards, but so be it. We probably take this opportunity to get a swamp. I mean, we do have those 2 tricksters, but that is the purpose of some of our only fixing. And just rub it in. I like it when the deck's like, yeah, we know. And we start our Gorger party. Probably better call it a Bela party. Sounds better. Everyone's got their mana rolling just fine. Don't worry about that Gorger. Ah, so rude. Well, if you didn't like him, you're gonna hate his buddy. Fortunately, though, we do miss our land drop. As you can see, we need our land drops. Well-timed opt. Gotta find second blue mana, and with 5 cards in hand, they probably have some shenanigans. We'd like to see mana off the top just to get the Untamed Cavalry kicked and down. Surely. Very reasonable. Not quite what we wanted. We really need this Cavu to be kicked, because we're going to start getting tricks, other little things going on. I wouldn't be surprised if this Raider comes in, we block the Gorger and it runs amok. For the moment. Go ahead and feed their surveyor to it. Do I want to do that? You can have 4. With Tatyova in hand, I'm not that concerned with it. It's a little annoying. All of your mana? Interesting. Alright, that makes me feel better. With all that mana, I think we want to go with an Untamed Kavu. I feel like they have a Syncopate. So if we're going to play the Kavu, no reason to keep the Gorger back, just to trade, make sure the trade stays fair with the cast down. Okay, well I guess we're just going to 2 for 1 this way. Oh. Sure. Let's blow one's head off. We get to turn that around to a 2 for 1. And still play our Kavu if we want. I don't hate it. We're going to take a whole nother turn off next turn, especially if we draw land to play Tatyova. Alright. Snapper. How snappy. I'll trade an unkicked Kavu for your Raider? Okay. Alright, so get a little of this action going. Fortunately, we didn't hold up a blue. So Surveyor's probably going to get a Snapper Wrath if they're so bold. 6, and if we draw one more mana, we're going to have an Elemental. Which is going to be pretty nasty for them. they think the same way. Are they going to... You gonna start going for it? No, okay. Well, we have our own Snapper. And yep. Oh, got a little Syncopate. Nope, no Syncopate. Alright. And we got a bit of a standoff going on. We could take the first swing, first bite at the apple. We got a blink, you say? Okay. But now they're down on board position, so if they do have the clean attack, crack back for 11. Isn't going to let them do that. Okay. Mage. Alright, I'm going to try and play the tempo game. Okay. Alright. Not too bad. So let's... Oh, I need that blue mana. That's why. Well, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have 7 total. I mean, we make our own snapper. Fly. That's blocked. Kind of want to get this Tatyova out there while the getting's good. We're going to go down to 8. I have nothing else to be able to play. It's tough. We gotta do it. Too good, too good. Draw a card, gain a life? Yes, of course. Immediately. I guess we're taking a memorial. It's fine. Oh, smart man would have taken the actual island and then we could have made our snapper fly. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Alright, opt. That's what he was holding up. I was trying to figure it out. Alright, this is all fine. This is all fine. Get in there, big boy. Get in there. Alright, so Arcane Flight on Snapper is going to be good for us. And eventually this Trickster is probably going to get that Sphinx out of the ground. Oof, of course, just a spider, just to spite them. Surely. We just love cards so much around here. I want them all. So, we just need this in the air. Just need a blocking force. Gotta happen. We tap down now, we still don't have great attacks. But we can put down the spider and still keep up the Trickster, which I don't hate. Could also just put down a Thorn Elemental. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess we should preserve our life total too. Alright. Just for funsies, in case we want it. Alright, so now we start pumping out ridiculous large creatures. Oh, of course you tapped an island. Because you hate me. Because it would be perfect to just make that Trickster fall out of... or the Trickster come out and make the Sphinx fall out of the sky, but no. You have a run amok? Even better. Yep, it comes down the run amok. Fervent Strike. Even better. Okay. Alright. Another trickster, that's good. Alright, so this will kill him next turn. Let's put down the spider, keep up this other trickster. Okay. Yep. Ah, really? You top deck a response? No? Okay, good. Yeah, they know they got nothing. Alright, good game. Alright, one more, and we will have brought back the 1 and 2. Always a good feeling. All 7 wins. Give them to us. I don't need removal. Just brute force. Done. Uriel, the flame of God. Alright, I see you, Uriel. This is annoying. So Trickster's basically dead in hand. Fuddle's not that exciting, but it's effectively dead. But we have our best removal and 3 towards a decent creature. We go first. Alright. I don't like it, but I don't want to go down a card. Let's see what happens. Wow, is it worth killing the elf or waiting and killing with elf burns? I'm gonna let him keep the elf. Don't know if that was right. Ah, it was right. Sure, go ahead. Okay, you know, we're edging towards a playable hand. So, any mana. That blue would be nice. Yeah, we could probably just blow that up to use our mana right. It's gonna save us at least 3, if not like 6 or 9. Fair enough. Get out of here. Okay, see, that's why we needed to do that, because I mean, we would have had the mana up to do it now, I guess, but what I'm saying is, oh my god, we need to stay ahead, and that's gonna be crazy. He's gonna make a bunch of elves? Oh no. Well, live by the sword, die by the sword. Live by the mana draw, die by the mana draw. What is this guy's deck? Okay. Man, I wish we had a sweeper. Alright. At least we get to search for a land. Good lord. No land. Are you kidding me? Okay, I hear you. That should at least get us a land next turn, hopefully, please. So we have a little blocker. Can always kill whatever Llanowar elf might be coming our way. Sure, why not? It's gonna make a lot of mana though. Oh man, I think we need to tome for land instead of playing this Untamed Kavu. Because he's about to catch up and it's gonna get bad. Oh man, what are the freaking odds? Okay. Throwing elemental down. So now we get to at least play a Gorger, or if we draw mana, a Spider. Oh no! Oh man. Like, he's mana starved too. Look at that, it's crazy. Except for clearly he's not. Which is also crazy. Okay. Well, actually kicking this gives us a double block. I don't like it because I'm just gonna die, but trade you a Kavu for a worm, I guess. Or rather, I'll trade you my Kavu and Scout for one trick. Besides ramp, probably strong. Strong play. We have no way to straight up deal with that helm, so yup. Yup, indeed. This is about to be a very short game. I don't like this. Alright, so what happened was Arcane Flight, right here. We're gonna race him. Here we go. This is gonna be fine. We're gonna outrace a Helm of the Host. No problem at all. Just gonna casually ignore what else is happening over there. Everything is fine. So we get to Trickster down. This jerk next turn. Yeah, right? Why not? I mean, it doesn't matter, right? He's just gonna move it over. And there's no real way out of this. So, sure. That's beautiful. That is so game. It's ridiculous. We're gonna give it the old college try though. That is the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah. Opponents just living their best life. We're out here trying to throw creatures at people and he's making them appear. In mass. That was fun. It was fun to watch happen. And 6, still going gem positive with this deck is pretty generous. The deck was it was lacking in certain ways, but it did what it was supposed to do when it was supposed to. Crack some fresh Dominaria packs. Alright, well that's going to wrap it up. That deck itself was, as you saw, leaning heavily on just going over the top, getting bigger creatures out quicker and for less than our opponents, and then hoping that we didn't get matchups where we couldn't punch through or couldn't block profitably. Like you saw, things like Helm of the Host, we just literally had 0 answers in the deck. Things like, let's see, what was the other thing? Anything that flies, we just have to brute block, which isn't great for us, or hope that they have to block because we've made the battle math bad. Yeah, just not a lot of interaction. When you have that, you're going to have tilty games for sure. But that does it for us. Thanks for watching. If you liked, go ahead and hit the like button down below, or if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe. We have new content coming out. Theros comes out next week, and we're going to have our special release event on Wednesday where we're going to get a little sneak peek action. We're going to draft a whole bunch and try out some new decks and have all of that great new content. So we'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. Edit this better, Aaron, in the future.